My name is Rick Bessels. I thought the slide was up there. I'm from Amsterdam. I'm one of the guys who started the Dutch Route 66 Association together with my wife Marion. And for others who are not here, whom we mentioned later on. In my boring life, I'm an IT solution architect, which is just as boring as it sounds. In my real life, I'm a voluntary tour guide for Route 66 motorcycle trips. Once a year. Last year we did 2, and it's good fun. I'm an avid Harley-Davidson rider, and in Amsterdam I'm a guide for a beer brewery, a small local microbrewery where I give guided tours. We'll throw one back. Jim Hinckley asked me to give this presentation, and I said yes, of course, I'll do that. And then I realized that I didn't have a clue what to talk about. I have absolutely no pretensions that I know more about Route 66 than anybody here in this room or anybody around. So what am I going to talk about? I decided to tell you about how Dutch people see America and Route 66. And we'll skip the whole Route 66 bit. This is basically how a lot of Dutch people see America. Cowboys. I'm sorry, this is really how a lot of people in Holland see. The average person in Holland will never have seen a gun close by unless it's from the belt of a policeman, let alone have handled one. Americans are gun lovers, they have 25 guns each. At least.
And your point is?
I'm not judging. It's how they see America. Overweight cowboys, gun lovers. On the other hand, how Americans see Holland. I guess, yeah. I heard a joke recently about somebody who said Amsterdam is like the Tour de France. Everybody's on bikes and they're stoned. I don't think it's the case. But there is quite a lot of pre-roll joints around. There is millions of bikes. I think there's more bicycles than people in Amsterdam. And I'm one of the few ones who still wears wooden shoes. When I talk to people about America, about motorcycle trips, they go about that all the cars are big, the houses are big, the roads are big. If you compare it to Amsterdam, it is like that. My wife likes pickup trucks. We had a Nissan thingy, which is a Nissan Frontier, which in Holland is a humongous car. Here it's a tiny little thing. We have a rental car now, which is a Fiat 500. It's quite a normal car in Holland. Here we drew funny looks on the interstate yesterday when we came in. There is a difference. There is a big difference. There is also a big difference in how the average Dutch person sees Route 66. On the left-hand side, Route 66 does not exist anymore. And they are convinced. I give talks at tourism conventions about the motorcycle trip on Route 66. You can't do a motorcycle trip there. The route doesn't exist anymore. And so I'm wondering which road I've been riding for the last few years, but okay. Route 66 is extremely boring. I mean, it's one straight road between Chicago and Los Angeles. There's not a single bend, in Chicago you can see Los Angeles. And one which you hear a lot, if I'm at the motorcycle fair or tourism fair, people will say, oh, I've done Route 66, which means that they went to Las Vegas and they got a car or something to go to the Grand Canyon and back, and so they've done Route 66. And it takes a lot of convincing to tell them that there is a little bit more to it. There's a little bit more road, there are a few bends, parts of it are very bad. Yeah, okay. For Dutch people, I regularly hear people saying that, oh, you have to go, you have to take 5 weeks and you have to go twice. And the reality is that a lot of European people, a lot of the people on the motorcycle tours are men. Their wives don't want to sit alone for 2 weeks on the back of a bike or something. So 2 weeks on a very expensive trip is about the max they can get. I'm happy they take those 2 weeks already. We'll take them to all sorts of places and show them Melba and all places. But 2 weeks is about the maximum for the average person. It's an expensive trip, and they don't have that much time. It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For many of them, they are very, they're exhausted by the end of the 2 weeks. Exhausted from the emotions and everything. But it is a great trip. And up to now, I've found one person who disliked the tour. This was a very, very strange person. It was on the last tour we did last year in Melba. There was one guy, he didn't want to use his credit card because then his family would find out that he was in America. Okay. After about the 4th day, he came up to me and said, all this motorcycle riding, are we going to ride again tomorrow? I said, yeah, tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after, and every day until we're in Los Angeles. And then he said the thing which stunned me the most is, but all Route 66 junk, are we going to visit anything interesting? This guy paid about $7,000 for a trip, which he didn't want to make along sites where he didn't want to be on a vehicle he didn't want to be on. That was the weirdest I've ever seen. For the rest, people they're bouncing around for 2 weeks now. They are completely berserk. They are exhausted by the end, but it's worth it. Yeah. Hey, this light is gone. No. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. The top one says it all. From Eric, he was on the tour last year, together with his brother, and they were acting out scenes of Sons of Anarchy along the way, and scenes from Wild Hogs and everything. And we still have a word now in Holland. It's doing an Eric, which means that you lie down in the middle of the road to make pictures. Mick, he said Mick is a weirdo. He's a very nice guy, but he's a strange character. He did Route 66, and what was the most important to him was the fact that all those people who sit there and they see thousands of people come by, even after the 1,000th person, they're still friendly and open and still talking and advising and everything. It is a very nice place. You should not underestimate America. America is a very, very nice place to visit. The people are incredibly friendly, they're very open, the traffic is incredibly well behaved. There are places in Holland where I'm scared to get on my motorcycle. If we are in a group riding across America, people stop for you, they make space for you. It's very, very nice to ride a motorcycle in America. Americans are very friendly. They have their issues like everybody, well the Dutch don't, but for the rest. Be proud of the community along Route 66 and the people, because it is something to be proud of. It really is. There are differences, and these are things, a number of remarks I heard from people on the way. Hardly pay any taxes. That's one thing that comes up a lot. It's weird to see people walk around with weapons. In Holland, a policeman will have a weapon and that's it. So not everybody's covered by health insurance, roads are bad, but at the same time Americans are very open and friendly. These are quotes from the people that were on the trip. So you've got something here to be proud of, I think. Well, and the last one says it, I guess. Riding Route 66 for the first time was my best vacation ever. I got involved in this whole thing because of a building along Route 66, which I consider a bit my private property, the Painted Desert Trading Post. We were riding around here and I saw a book from Russell Olson with a picture of the Painted Desert Trading Post as it is and as it was. And the moment I saw that picture, I knew I had to go there. I wanted to see that. It took us 6 years or something. Then we did the first Route 66 motorcycle tour and we saw the building and we've been back ever since every year. And every year it's still a great trip. The Route 66 Association in Holland is with 6 people. Willem Bor, Monique Bor, Jeroen and Maggie Boersma and the 2 of us. And this is the part where we need Melba. The people who followed me on Facebook have seen this box. This box has given me bad night's sleep. It was difficult to get it on the plane and to keep it safe. But Willem Boer asked me to bring it along from Melba, and of course we did.
I know what it is now.
You know what it is. To explain to you all, I describe Willem Boer as a master model builder. He built models which are in Lebanon, and they are in California, and there's one here.
I see.
So shall I help you unpack it?
Yes, please. I'm afraid to touch it.
No, it's... Don't ever offer to take something like this along on a long flight. Don't.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I think I know this building very much. Oh my gosh. Now my baby sister one day walked up to me and she says, "We're going to open up a Route 66 place." And I'm like, okay. I was retired, sitting home eating bonbons and doing eBay, no problem, sure. Didn't know what she was talking about. I knew about Route 66. We traveled it all our life. Started doing it. And I guess she thought oh my gosh. I thought she says, well, if anybody can do it, we can do it. I never did believe her, but hey, look at this. Oh my God.
Well, thank you, Willem. By the way, Willem and Monique are watching now, so
Thank you.
they are watching this, although it's in the middle of the night in Amsterdam. But
Down here and sit there and watch me cry too, huh? Why's everybody do that? Is that good luck like the Buddha? Yeah. Thank you, Monique.
Monique and Willem.
William. Or we say William. Or Willem.
Willem.
Okay, thank you, Monique and William. I love it. Oh, I seen it, and you even got my favorite pants on the picture in the front. Thank you so very much. This is from my sister and me and the town of Galena and Route 66. Thank you so much. I gotta take this back. I gotta take it back now.
Okay.
And we're traveling in a car, yeah.
Okay, then I'll wrap it back up.
Okay.
If you leave it back up, because there are a few things I changed. If you leave it like this in the box, I'll be in Galena in 2 weeks' time, and I'll put it all back together.
All right. In 2 weeks' time.
Something like that.
Something. Okay. All right.
I have one more request for all the other associations, business owners, and everything. We are far away from Route 66. We are far away from America. It took us 23 hours, I think, yesterday from Amsterdam to get here. So it's a long trip. Also information, if it reaches us, it takes a long time. So if you have information you want to share for the Dutch, and I guess the same for the German Route 66 Association and the Czech Route 66, let us know. If there is something you want published on the website or some event going on, let us know. I can give you the contact details and we'll put it on the website, we'll put it on Facebook, we'll do with it, we'll publish it, but let us know. That's all. I don't know if there are any questions. Okay, and that's it.
You did so good.
It's then it's now officially beer time, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we'll be back here tomorrow morning at, the first speaker is at 8:30, and that is a lot of information about the electric cars and the electric highway, that the dreams and what they plan to do as far as the plans go from there. So again, thank you very much.